Are you ready?
Oh yeah!
Strap yourselves in for the Gaming Hub with your hosts, Tyler.
You can't handle the truth!
Graham.
The force is strong in this way.
And Steven.
You cannot be serious!
Let's get started.
Alrighty then.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Gaming Hub. I'm your host Tyler. This is episode number 167. We're here live at the E3 Showfloor. You can see it behind us. People walking by. Right behind us we have the Indiecade. We're in the West Hall right now. And I'm joined as always by our two co-hosts. Let's start with Steven. How are you?
I'm doing great. Like I said, we're at E3, doing an episode. Never thought I'd be doing that in my life.
When you joined a year ago, did you think this was a year and a half? Did you think this would happen?
No, I mean, you always hope, but it's always one of those things you never think you're going to do until you do it. And now that we're here, I wouldn't say I'm not nervous. I was a little going in, but I think I'm good now.
Okay.
Now that we're here, that I'm doing it, I'm going to be famous.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Let's say hi to Graham. How are you?
I'm good. Like I said, been having a great day or few days here at E3. Been experiencing a lot of great things and having just a great time. And like I said, we are in a booth at E3. We just had some electrical work done specifically for us, which makes me feel just a little more important.
Yeah.
Right?
So everything's been great. I'm feeling good, and I'm excited to keep this going and keep bringing content to our awesome community.
Right. I'm kind of surprised nobody's needed that work done until now.
I know.
Either we're the least prepared people in the world, or I don't know. Does everybody else carry a backup generator with them? Or
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I mean.
Maybe they have something to record that doesn't require that, like 3 of those audio things, and each on their own track, and then.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know.
So, all right, but hey, we're not going to talk about electricity with you all day. I know Graham could.
Yeah.
But
Email me, I'll talk all about it.
We're here at E3, and let's talk about that. So, we're not going to get into the briefings and all that stuff here. That gets plenty of focus, I think, guys, at E3, not just from us, but everywhere.
Yes.
And I want to talk about the show floor itself, because I think that's what a lot of people don't know that much about. And we got a chance to experience it for the first time yesterday. Up until yesterday, all I knew of it was what you see on IGN, the stream, during these 3 days, and all that type of thing. And usually those are just sit-down interviews with developers, publishers, etc. We actually got to come out here, see the show floor yesterday. So I want to get Graham's reaction first, because we came up into the West Hall here where Nintendo is, and kind of came up into the Nintendo booth.
Yes.
And Graham is a huge Nintendo fan.
Pretty big.
So talk about what was kind of you were thinking, what was going through your head when we walked up.
Well, wow, that was probably the biggest thing. But my head was I was like someone going into a city for the first time and seeing these skyscrapers, just looking up in amaze. They don't hold anything back when they're setting this up. They go all out. They have TV screens everywhere, and Luigi's Mansion is a massive mansion on the outside. We never got in there because it's a 5-hour lineup. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. It's been pretty busy, and it's hard to dedicate a lot of time like that standing in line. But yeah, we got tons of video content, so you guys can all see what we've walked through and all that stuff. And I got to play some of Link's Awakening in the Nintendo one. Even got a little Link keychain there, which is my little lucky Link now. And I got to play Link's Awakening. Just got me more excited for it. And there's Pokemon over there, and man, there's just, if you're a Nintendo fan and you go into that Nintendo area, you're just in awe. You're just looking around, and I'm just having a great time. And there's so many other booths, so it's hard just to focus on one. But yeah, Nintendo was definitely one of my top ones, and I can't wait to keep this thing going.
Steven, what were your first thoughts coming in?
Well, yeah, it was crazy. You walk in, you see Nintendo, and you're just like, whoa, this is really cool. And I mean, I know I'm not as big a fan of Nintendo itself as Graham, though I might like more of the games, especially that they're bringing here. Yes, Luigi's Mansion, I'm more of a fan of. Animal Crossing, Pokemon. The only one he has me beat on is Link's Awakening. But no, Nintendo was great. I think I prefer the hall we're in that we went in today. That's the one that has Square Enix, Ubisoft, Fortnite, Borderlands, 2K. We have the Avengers are in there, Bethesda. Yeah. It was amazing. Seeing all that. Borderlands has a huge booth. It's really cool. Cyberpunk's over there as well. Fortnite's booth surprisingly amazing. It's not surprising, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
And it kind of keeps. I know a lot of people have fun playing that game, and it does keep that going. It's just it seems to be the most fun booth. Like they have drinks and popcorn and like bounce.
It's the most
wheel.
interactive booth too, isn't it? Like it's the most fan-friendly booth.
Yeah.
They have like this little obstacle course thing in there where you stand on these platforms and this bar spins around and it changes speeds. And one level of it you have to duck under it, the other one you have to jump over. We were watching last night and people are like, "Oh, it's easy," you know. Yeah. They're cocky and then it speeds up and they're just getting laid out.
Yeah.
And
that was exciting. I was hoping that guy would get taken out, and he did.
The guy jumping over both of them.
Yeah.
The dude was jumping over the tall one, and as soon as it started speeding up, he didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got taken out hard.
And I'm pretty sure the person controlling is like, I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would
100%.
be too.
I love when that happens.
So, guys, have you ever seen anything streaming TV of this event that does it justice when you walk in?
Well, I've actually never seen like streams of it because for me, back in the day before I joined the show, it was always one of those things that was like, well, I knew what it was, but I'll find out the games from it through, IGN, GameSpot, and like Game Informer, and I'll see like more in-depth looks, especially from Game Informer. I used to love that magazine, right?
It's still great.
And for me, back then it was a lot of, these games are coming out for a year or two at the earliest, and I just wouldn't want to like see it until it was closer to release because things change, they get canceled. Looking at like Star Wars 1313 or even Scalebound was a big one that I wanted, and I saw it at E3 3 years ago, and then it was canceled 2 E3s ago, not counting this one, so like not the last one but the one prior, and or it wasn't canceled then, but it just didn't look as good. You guys, I wasn't on the show yet, but they didn't like it. So I've never actually seen the inside of this until I got here today, but I'm glad I didn't because it was, or not today, yesterday, but I'm glad I didn't see it because it was one of those things that like you see it for the first time and you're just like, oh my gosh, there's just so much stuff to get and there's a lot of stuff to buy, and buying is always fun. And it's just lots of E3 exclusive like shirts and pins and Funko Pops, and you just want to like buy everything because, well, why not? You know?
Until you get home, you're like, what have I done?
I have so much stuff already. And a lot of stuff for you guys. We have a giveaway, and we've been buying things throughout the week just to go in the grand prize. So like I said, we didn't do it at the beginning, but join our communities: Discord, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook's the Gaming Hub forums. Twitter is TXH Gaming Hub. Twitch is TXH Gaming Hub. You can find links to everything from one, and join the Discord, join Twitter, join Facebook. Follow us on YouTube at the Gaming Hub Podcast. Send us an email at the gaminghubpodcast@gmail.com. There's ways to win. We had a video go out on YouTube telling you how. Go watch it. There's a bunch of other stuff, including an interview that Tyler might want to talk about. And we had that yesterday, so I'll throw it to Tyler.
In just a second, but if you also want to support the show, a couple ways to do that. Twitch, like Steven said, TXH Gaming Hub there. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch Prime subs every single month. And if you choose to spend that on us, it helps us do things like come to events like this and provide coverage like this to you. We promised you that if you help us go to E3 this year, that we'd give you coverage that makes you feel like you're here with us. I think being one of 12 podcasts that gets to do what we're doing right now helps qualify as that, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah, we've had the opportunity to do a lot of cool things here. Your support really helps us do that. So the other way is we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/gaminghub. And for as low as $2 a month, you get exclusive content. For as low as $5 a month, though, you get all that plus monthly entry into a monthly giveaway for $60 in gift cards to the console of your choice. And we do that once a month. We'll be doing it probably the first episode after E3. Once we're kind of settled and recovered, we'll do our Patreon giveaway for the month of June. So you got a little time to get in on that, a couple weeks, but yeah, get in on it now. And there's a lot of games you might want to pre-order, so take a look. And also right now, if you watch this today, we've got gift card giveaways going on throughout E3. So if you missed the one today, check for the one tomorrow on Thursday. We'll have another one up and running that we get started right away in the morning before we get going for the day. So, and then you got it kind of all day to enter. All right. So to answer your question, yeah, I did get to do an interview with Lego Star Wars, the design manager of Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga yesterday. And that was a really cool moment for me. You might know I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan.
A little bit.
Yeah. And you guys should probably see it on me. I was just excited to do that interview and talk to her. But yeah, it was really fun. It was really cool to see and hear from her. We have that video on YouTube right now. We can go check it out, the Gaming Hub podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and share. It does a lot to help us out. And hopefully you like it. But it's a short interview, but we want to take up too much of our time. They were gracious enough to just give us an interview on the spot, which was super nice.
Yeah,
So
like the fact they accommodated us, like right after we watched the trailer, like we went and talked to them and like asked them about like doing an interview and ask some questions. Like, sure, what do you want? And he's like, do you want to do video? And like, yeah, if you let us. And like, yeah, let's do it. And then we just went in there and we got right to it, which was awesome. Like that was probably one of my highlights of being here
it was.
so far.
It was really cool.
The trailer they showed during the conferences doesn't quite do the game justice. I mean, it's Lego Star Wars and that's awesome and it looked good and it was more cinematic, but the gameplay is awesome. It's more of a open world concept. Like I assume the missions when you're playing the campaign might be more linear, though they might not. We don't know for sure. But what we saw was the free play mode, but now in the free play you can like fly. They flew the Millennium Falcon to Tatooine, landed near Luke's
they landed
house.
in Anchorhead,
Yeah, and then they like explored, and you could do a bunch of things. There's
little quests and missions.
yeah,
to do in
there's
there and
about
stuff like
500
that,
secret like blue bricks to collect because they showed
introduced
one.
the
Kyber
Force
bricks.
into this one too.
Yeah, and you now have free use of the Force, so it's not just like there's things jumping up and down, right? And then you can use the Force to do something.
I love too, and let's just talk about that right now. So I love too when we saw it. The different characters each have different things that make you want to use them. So even 3PO. So one cool thing is they made a joke like 3PO is always broken, right? Or he's always missing an arm or a leg or something. And so 3PO breaks in half, and you can use each half of him to move around. Also, there was a moment where they needed, one of the characters goes up and talks to one of the creatures on Tatooine, and it's speaking a totally different language. And now you switch to 3PO and go talk to him, and all of a sudden it makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that's really cool. The open world, Steven's right, is just brand new, really innovative, I think, for what they've done in the past with Lego games, Traveler's Tales, and it's just, I think it looks amazing. It looks so much fun. That game shot up towards the top of my wish list after we saw the demo yesterday. It's, I think you're right. I think the campaign will be pretty familiar to what we've seen in recent Lego games.
No, it might not. We're not 100%, so we don't want to speculate too hard on that.
No, exactly.
Yeah, but the free play for sure is awesome.
And there's like side quests you can do, and on top of like replaying some missions. So the one they saw was to infiltrate Jabba's hut. Right? It was Jabba.
Yes. Yep.
Jabba the Hutt's hut.
Yes. Jabba's palace.
Yes, Jabba's palace. Sure, we'll go with that. No, but it looked gorgeous too. Like they said they brought the bricks down to the beach and saw like what sand would do to the bricks, and then design that in the game for the bricks, how they look on Tatooine. And
cool.
I imagine they probably did something similar for like Hoth and all that. So it's very exciting. They built most of the ships, I think actually all the ships, out of bricks. Took them long
like 3
time.
months was
and
one design.
they made a joke that like they blew it up in 3 seconds, even though it took 3 months to build. But the crew, they said they were laughing and they enjoy it. But I mean, they don't want to look because it spends so much time. But it does sound fun.
And then it's just gone like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, for sure.
I'm just so happy to see, as a big Star Wars fan, I'm so happy to see that we have 2 games that appear to be really putting a lot of love and care into it when they make it, and not chasing the payday, so to speak,
Yeah.
Because those games are going to make a ton of money, right? Both Battlefields did, or Battlefronts did. And, but you can tell those games were more designed to rake in cash than to really be, I don't want to say fan service, I don't think everything has to be fan service, right? But we got somebody taking a picture out here, hi. I just love that they're taking the time and giving that series, that saga, the respect that it deserves. And I think the fans will be really happy with both games. But what we saw from Lego was fantastic.
Yes.
And we did see another game too. Saw an extensive
we saw 2 others.
gameplay.
Which one do you want to talk about next?
I'm thinking, let's go Dying Light.
Let's go Dying Light.
So
Everybody should go pre-order Dying Light. Go ahead, Graham. What were your thoughts?
So basically we set up a, not an interview, but a schedule to go watch it, and we saw, how long was the gameplay we saw?
About 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes?
15, 20.
And man, like, I saw the trailer at the last E3, which got me excited for it, and they're talking about the choices you make, like, changes the outcome of the game and stuff like that. But we really got to see it in action. And you have like a time limit to make these decisions too, which
Yeah, it's quick.
just adds to the intenseness of it. And like when I was watching it, like so many times I'm like, oh my, like how is he going to get out of this? Like he fell down. There's like a horde of zombies. I don't know what you call them in that game. But I'm like, okay, there's no way he's surviving because I figure a guy whose gameplay, I'm like, this guy like messed up. But no, they have so many little elements to it. Like I don't want to get into spoiling stuff like that, but they've definitely like thought about it and like reworked it, and they introduced some new not really modes, but new abilities and stuff like that, like big key game elements. So I'm definitely interested how that played out. But I love how the replayability is there. Like if you make the wrong choice and stuff like that, or maybe it's the right choice, you don't know until the end. And even when we were watching it, we didn't even know what would be the proper choice. Because like Steven's like, I wouldn't have trusted this person. And then I'm like, well, maybe I would have trusted him, but then
the thing is there a proper choice, right? Is there a right choice or a wrong choice?
Yeah,
it's just gonna...
Hopefully it's like The Witcher 3 where you make some choices and you don't really know how it's going to pan out right away, and neither of them are very good or very bad. There's a lot of gray. I like when games do that. There hasn't been that many of them, but the world isn't black and white, right? Everything, there are gray choices, and there's things that you think you're doing the right thing, and it turns out it's not, or you know, and so the game looks phenomenal though, and the choices are great. So one of the choices they made opened up an entirely new like city to explore,
sector of the city,
including what we think might be some new, stronger zombies based on some little teaser thing they had right at the very end.
Yeah, right at the
so
end.
it might like how your world gets shaped is based on the decisions you make, and they mentioned that only about 50% you'll only see about 50% on your first playthrough, and some people may not like that because they want to see everything at once, but this is good, I think, and you get to kind of,
I like it.
You get to make the decisions, like your snap judgments, this is what you would probably do, and then the second time you can go for a different route, right? But the gameplay looks phenomenal. So they added this new like paraglider that you can use to explore the city. You got a grappling hook, and the combat bloody and brutal and just absolutely stunning. It does seem like they took, it seemed like they took some stuff, like this is the makers of Dead Island as well. So in Dead Island you could take like a sword or like a knife and then like add like a battery to it to make an electric sword. I hope you can do something like that. We kind of saw some weapons that had like modifications to them. So we'll see how much customization you can actually have yourself, or if you just find weapons a la like Diablo, where each weapon might have a different thing. Who knows? We don't know for sure. But this game's coming out spring next year, and it's definitely one of the top 2 games I'm looking forward to. Cyberpunk being the first, but Dying Light is right behind it.
They're right there for me. Like, even basically, I know I'm still probably a little bit more looking forward to Cyberpunk, especially after the surprise we got last weekend at Microsoft. But Dying Light, we know there's going to be multiple endings. So many games, that have choices in them still keep pushing you towards that same ending.
Yes.
This doesn't. We know it has multiple endings. They didn't want to talk about how many.
They don't even know how many, actually.
Yeah, they don't know. They haven't come. They said that they haven't decided if they're too controversial yet or things like that. They haven't decided if they want to put them in the game. But they haven't settled on a finite number of endings, but there will be multiple endings in the game. So I love that. I think it's great, and because then the choices really mean something, right? But they also said, and I love this, that they don't want anybody to focus on how many endings you can experience, but more on the experience getting there.
Yes.
So, and from watching the demo that we saw, which was all live gameplay, by the way, it wasn't recorded. There was a guy in the corner playing the game.
Yeah.
And man, it's awesome. It's just fantastic. The way the kills you get. We saw one sequence where the guy's weapon basically broke, wasn't effective anymore. And there's a horde closing in on him. He's got to try to get away, and it was intense. And I love it. I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
And by the way, the game's set 15 years after the original.
Yes.
So, but they did maybe hint, I don't know if they were allowed, but they did. So we're going to tell you, they hinted that they might make some of the characters you like from the first game might make appearances.
May
but it's going to be.
Confirm it.
They kind of did.
It was one of those answers where it's like they say maybe, but the way they said it,
Yeah, he got shh, and then he was like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But they'll make appearances. So probably, and you might get to see some people you liked from the first game. But it's a completely new character you're playing as. And yeah, it looks great though. I cannot wait. And I can't wait to see how your choices will affect, because a lot of games say your choices will like affect the game, but then they don't. But this one actually seems like it will. And so it's just exciting, and I can't wait for 8-10 months from now to get my hands on it.
I was pretty intrigued / sold from what we saw at E3 last year.
Yes.
Just when they said that the choices you make will completely change the remainder of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw how that actually occurs this year in that demo, and ooh.
Yeah. It seems like water is a reoccurring thing. Because
Yes.
the E3 demo we saw last year was about providing clean water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then this one was the same thing. So
Might be because you
But-
need water to survive.
well, that's what I say. Like that
And
is
you're in a
huge-
post-apocalypse.
It's a huge element of survival. But I've played lots of survival games before, and like they didn't push the whole water thing that
Yeah.
much. But
Well,
this
that's
is,
because
like,
the idea of like having to drink water and eat food on a regular basis and sleep is more appealing than actually having to do that in the game. I know you get very frustrated when you have to play. Like Fallout 4 had a survival mode
Oh,
where
yeah.
you had to
Yeah,
do that.
that
and
was tough.
Some people don't like that sort of thing, but the idea, so not having to physically like drink water, you don't want to have to do that, but having to acquire water for the community, that makes sense.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I was meant.
So, let's talk about the other game we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Which was Psychonauts 2. And Steven, you're a big fan of the series, so I'm gonna let you go
played
first.
the first
here.
one.
Yeah. I did play the first one. I quite enjoyed Psychonauts. It's like a platformy action game.
It's
And
got some humor to it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
very
yes.
funny, and the worlds are out there, I guess would be the best way to
Yes.
describe it. It's not your normal like Mario or your, I don't know, what another one, Banjo maybe,
Yeah.
similar. It's more linear than Banjo, but probably closer to some of the Mario games, so even those can be open world. So, but the worlds like this one was all, you're in basically a mouth and there's a lot of teeth, but there's a lot of humor to it. It
Yeah.
seems really fun to play. I love the art style of it. I played the original. I liked it quite a bit. I didn't actually get to play the VR one, but I might go back. I think it's available on PSVR. Might
think it
pick it
is.
up, give that a go, and play it again right before the second one. But I did enjoy the demo. It looked fun. I'm excited to see more about the game and to see when it comes out, because I don't think it had an official release. It might have been February.
Yeah, it was sometime next year.
So you guys want to say anything on it?
We'll get that for you right now. I like the combat in it.
That was
I
2020.
thought the combat looked fun.
Yeah, it's 2020.
So it's just 2020
Yeah.
for the game. But yeah, I like the combat. I thought that was fun. And I like the story. I like the humor that's in there. It didn't seem like forced to the point that it was awkward. It
Nope.
seemed like,
Yeah.
just natural for what the story is. And that was really well done.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, if you had asked me at 3 o'clock yesterday, will you get Psychonauts 2, I would have said no. And then after watching that, yeah, I probably will want to play it. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
look good. Go ahead, Graham.
It reminded me a lot of Ren and Stimpy from Super Nintendo. Most people, I don't know, most people, a lot of people probably don't know about that game. But the whole like type of humor and gameplay and stuff like that, it reminded me of that. That game was fun, and this game looks really fun as well. Like I said, I've never played the first one. I didn't even know what Psychonauts was until like just recently, and the game looks a lot of fun. I don't think they announced for Nintendo Switch, which I was kind of hoping it was. It seemed like a nice Switch title to me, but I might pick it up. I'm not going to say I'm going to buy it for sure, but I was definitely intrigued, and it looked fun. And like sometimes you just want one of those games where it doesn't take it too seriously, and you're in like
Right.
a giant mouth and jumping around on teeth and all that
And that's
fun stuff.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what really appeals to me the most about the Star Wars Lego game too.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that's just innocent fun, right?
Yep.
And it's in a time where we're going to be playing games like Dying Light 2 and Cyberpunk, which are going to be violent and
Yes.
and
It's
a
kinda
little more
Pretty
serious.
gritty and brutal
Yeah.
and
and all that type of thing. Like it's gonna be nice to be able to have games like Psychonauts and Lego Star Wars to jump into and just really have a good time with.
yeah.
So those, I love the balance there. And there's really good games that fit both types of, those super big serious
Yep.
games, and then your more fun, innocent, like kill time type of games.
Yep.
There's games here that fit all of that and everywhere in between, and a lot of them look great. So, for everybody out there that says E3 is down this year, E3 is no good, the briefings weren't good, man, we're having a blast, and everybody here is having a blast, and, you don't see it here. You don't see disappointment, you don't see anything, you see people smiling ear to ear. you see the people with the Gamer Pass come in, and even though they wait in line for hours, they're so happy to play what they're playing. It's so much fun to see. And
Yeah, no, it's great atmosphere here.
Yeah.
People are amazing. I really have no issues or complaints or any problems. Everything's been great so far.
yeah. So we don't have much time left because we do have an appointment that we have to get to, but I did want to talk about some of the booths that really stand out to us here. And, right behind us is the Indiecade, and we tweeted about one of the games, The Last Friend is what it's called, right? Super cool looking game, tower defense type game that we got a chance to see and play in there yesterday. And if you like dogs, it's the type of game you might like.
Yep.
So, it looks great. There's a lot of really cool looking games in there. And we actually did an interview that will get up probably in the next couple of days with some college students that made a video game that's part of a competition right now.
Yeah.
And their game looks great. And it's so much fun to get to talk to people like that aren't like the Todd Howards of the world, right? But they just make games that they love, and they're so passionate about it, and they're trying to get jobs, so they were happy to interview and get their name out there for it. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but support those kind of games too, and please watch those videos and give them some support and some love. But let's talk about some of the booths, guys. So, what stands out to you as your favorite so far? I think we all agree on which one is the best, right? We'll hit that at the end. So, don't bring up that one, but talk about some of the others.
You want to go?
No, you go.
You go.
Okay. I love the Mortal Kombat booth. I think that booth is really well done. I think some of the characters they have around there and just the way the booth is built and put together is phenomenal. It gets you into the atmosphere of Mortal Kombat right away walking by it. I think that's fantastic. I'm trying to think here. I like the Avengers one.
Looks cool.
It
Yeah,
does.
the Avengers one,
Yeah.
super cool.
There's so many good ones here. Yeah, you guys, I
They're
don't
all
want
really
to
good.
steal any of yours, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go next. I didn't get a chance to see the inside because the line's long, but the Luigi's Mansion, it has
Yeah.
Luigi and Guigi outside. We got pictures with that,
Yeah, we
and
did, of
those
course.
might get tweeted out, but they're on Discord right now. But that was really cool. I liked even the Nintendo people are like dressed up as the bellhops
Yes.
and
Yep.
what are they called? The people at the hotel that help you out,
Yep.
with the red jackets and the hats.
Concierge.
Sure, that's one of them. Not just the concierge, but yeah. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorite. Also, the Cyberpunk one's really cool. Again, only check the outside out as we were walking around. But like Tyler did allude to, most of these booths, if not all of these booths, are really nice and pretty cool and really well put together. And the people did a great job building them, designing them.
Oh, yeah.
The artwork's fantastic. We have videos that will go up of walkthroughs of both halls,
Yep.
and you'll get to see a lot of it. We try to get, hopefully they're good. I mean, it's one of the first times where I've ever done one of those walkthroughs, so
We're kinda
hopefully
new
it's
to
not
this.
super
We'll
shaky
get better
cams.
at it,
And,
but yeah, it'll be. No, you weren't. It wasn't shaking.
but
I was
I
watching.
think it'll be good. You guys will enjoy, and yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Graham,
yeah.
what was
So Graham,
yours?
throw some out.
Yeah, there's lots of cosplay going on.
Yeah.
We've got some great pictures and stuff like that. Like some things you walk by and you're like, oh, I gotta get a picture of that. Like, got a picture of the Fallout Boy earlier because didn't
Vault
really.
Boy Graham.
Fallout Boy.
The band wasn't
Vault
here.
Boy. Vault Boy.
Vault Boy. And he calls himself a Fallout fan.
Sorry,
Can someone buy Graham the latest Fall Out Boy album?
Please
Just-
don't.
yeah.
Please don't. I'm a big music fan.
He'd
That's
prefer
always
Nickelback.
sticks him in.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going there. But another one that I didn't really get into, but kind of see the glimpse outside because it's like a huge lineup for it, and that is the Pokemon. The whole setup for the new Pokemon game is in
Oh
there.
yeah, looks very cool.
Yeah, it's massive. Like I would really like to get in there. I don't know if I'm gonna have time, but it looks like they went all out on Pokemon. Like the Nintendo booth looks awesome.
Yes.
Like
Oh.
even the Link's Awakening one's all set up and stuff like that, and the Pokemon Go. Like I said, I'm hoping to get into the Pokemon Go, but the Final Fantasy one, they have like some huge statues there and stuff like that, and yeah, no, it looks awesome.
That reminds me, the Monster Hunter World
Yes.
had the
Yes,
big
yes.
ice dragon, and
That's
we do have
what I'm
video of
thinking.
that. I would like to get a picture
We're gonna
near
get
it.
pictures tomorrow.
The problem, the
Yeah.
line's really long because the dragon looks absolutely stunning.
It's like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, it's just massive, but it
Yes.
looks great. I want to go see it.
We'll see it tomorrow.
I want to get or we've seen it twice. I want a picture next
Yes,
to it.
we'll get it tomorrow.
But it looks great. That's one of the other coolest
Yeah.
things here. But like I said, everywhere you go, there's just things that you're just like, whoa, what is
Yeah.
this? And It's
So,
great.
Special shout out to every booth that has really soft carpet in it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
It's so
And
nice.
the best booth also has the best carpet so far.
Yes, I would
the
agree.
most cushioned.
I also want to call it Borderlands 3. Like,
Yeah.
that booth is fantastic.
That's another one, a massive lineup.
Yeah. And anything else here in the West Hall?
The West Hall?
There's,
See, I forget
there's cool stuff everywhere.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, there's Sega.
you know-
There's a giant Sega Genesis controller,
Yes.
Oh,
which
yeah.
you can actually play like a fighting game on there, like Street Fighter maybe. But yeah, so much cool little stuff like nostalgia, and we saw like old school systems, like the original Pong systems, and even like systems or not systems, but little I forget what it's called, but little add-ons that they sold with systems like back in the 70s and
Oh, yeah.
80s for just like
The museum
one
part,
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
yep.
they had like dirt bike handles and stuff like that for like an Atari,
There were
like
old,
things you didn't even think existed.
Yeah, there were old Castlevania books and stuff like that,
Yep.
and they're from like the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, everything here is just so cool, and it's so easy to get distracted.
Oh,
Half
yeah.
the time, me and Graham are like off looking at some of the students, like, come on, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a walkthrough video, and they're like wanting to stop.
We-
And it's not much of a walkthrough if they're stopping every
Well,
3
we're not the one
seconds.
taking the video.
Yeah.
We didn't. We
Well,
didn't
no,
have to keep walking.
because then we yelled at them for going too far ahead of us. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
these guys walk at a snail's pace, and I'm getting yelled at to slow down because I'm, walking decently.
we just want them
Alright.
to see more and experience
I'm
more.
seeing all of it.
all right, let's talk about. I think we all agree the undisputed best booth here, and we're not even like huge players of this game.
We're
No.
not.
But Fortnite went all out, and everybody did. Like,
All out.
trust me, expenses were not spared here.
No.
At E3 in general. But Fortnite went to a whole other level. That booth is so amazing. You walk in, it's eye-popping the
Yes.
moment you see it.
It's purple and pink, so
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
seeing it.
And the battle bus too, like
Yeah,
you
we
gotta
got the
talk about it.
battle
They have like a
bus.
full-size battle bus with the blimp on top and all that stuff. We got some pictures of that.
We got
which we'll have
pictures
up
on
there.
stage.
We
today,
did.
Yes. We got some
at
sweet
Fortnite.
pictures.
And I think one of those will be our new, like, this is our
picture.
we're the hosts of the
Yeah.
Gaming Up picture, and that goes up. And they look good, and they're not just that, but then the little thing we talked about too, little obstacle course, which Graham, I thought you were going to go do yesterday.
Oh, we'll get them on
Maybe
there, and
today
we
or
will
tomorrow.
get video.
Yeah,
of
Graham,
this.
will you
I'll
do
get
it
it.
for a video?
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
All right, attaboy.
I'll do it.
And Graham bought some merch today for Fortnite.
Yeah, I
there's
bought one thing. Yep.
Yeah, somebody back at home that's going to love that.
Yep.
And we bought for our giveaway, our E3 grand prize, an exclusive, Tony, if you're listening, Funko Pop that you can only get at E3. Only at E3.
Only.
So to be entered, you can ask questions to be read on the show, and it helps if you are a supporter on either Twitch, if you subscribe, or on Patreon, if you're a patron. And if you're both, it really, really helps you. We get you more entries in for every question that you ask. So again, if you're listening, Tony, who's addicted to Funko Pops, we got one you can only get here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
Got something
so-
to feed your addiction.
Yep. Anything else about Fortnite booth? Like, there's so much. Oh, the drink. What was the drink we had?
It was the slurp drink. Purple,
Yeah,
Blue slurp.
Really
Yeah, I
good,
think
actually.
it was very tasty. It was like a
Very
slushy, but it was good. The popcorn was good too.
Yes.
Graham tried to steal mine, and I
did.
wasn't having any of it.
Oh, and you guys got the foam pickaxe,
We did foam pickaxe.
which we'll also give one away.
Yep. And then there was it wasn't that long of lines either to play. They had a bunch of you could play the battle royale itself, but they also had some time trials, I think, for a competition where
they
you can
do.
win stuff.
They do.
Well, and
Well,
they got
here's-
that thing you get into too, that the ball thing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shoots.
Yeah.
That thing
I
looks
would,
fun.
I would imagine people like Ninja, Dr. Lupo, etc. will be paying a visit over there at some point.
If they haven't already.
Yeah, if they haven't already, and they'll get super crowded at those times. What I found is that when it's just the media hours, the first 2 hours every day are media only, and then the gamer badge.
Well, we're done with that,
folks
though.
Come in, yeah. And the gamer badge folks come in after that, and I feel that when the gamers come in, the gamer badge, like Fortnite gets a lot more full because it's
Yeah.
such a massively popular
Oh,
game
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
It's true.
And when media's here, it's a little more empty. So we went this morning and kind of checked out Fortnite, and we could have done anything we wanted in there within 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Anything else that we want to talk about?
No, I'm excited to see some of the stuff. We got some indie games
Yeah, we got
today,
some
or
indie
just
games.
smaller games, but we do have some big stuff. And I get to go see Cyberpunk 2077 tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Very excited to
Yep.
see that. I can't.
mention
I
Borderlands?
cannot wait. Oh yeah, and we do get to play Borderlands 3.
I keep
Excited for
forgetting
that.
about
Yeah.
Borderlands.
Because it was added at the last minute, so I keep forgetting. But yeah, I'm excited for that because I love Borderlands, so cannot wait.
I just wanted, before I forget, special shout out to the folks who put together E3 for sending us an invitation to do this.
Yes.
Thank you.
This has been so much fun. It's hopefully it feels once in a lifetime. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we'll be in here next year doing it too.
Yeah.
And it'd be
Beginning of
great.
something new and beautiful.
It'd be great to do this every single year. So we're going to wrap up here though, because we're going to go see another game that we'll talk to you about on the next episode we record.
Yep.
But which I think is 168. I've totally lost track of where we are now.
I think we'll be
and-
at 168,
Yeah,
something
so-
like that. Give or
But,
take 5.
Guys, anything to say to wrap it up?
No, this has been a blast, though.
It's so much fun.
I do think you guys need to come experience this at least once if you can. I know it's not cheap to come down here, even the gamer badge and the hotels, but if you get the opportunity, don't pass it up. Even as a gamer, it's still really awesome to check out. You don't need to play the games to experience. You can just walk around, enjoy the sights.
Time goes by so fast here.
Meet some of the people. I met Tim Rogers twice now,
yeah.
so my dream's complete.
We saw Ryan McCaffrey yesterday.
We did. We
Yeah.
also
From
saw
the distance.
Naomi Kyle.
Yeah.
And
Jonathan Dorbush from IGN.
yeah, we saw a lot of people. So if you like
might
the
think
gaming
we're IGN
industry,
fans after all that.
well, Tim Rogers, Kotaku, but I haven't seen Jay Schreier, so we're looking for him.
Yeah.
We saw Danny Pena and
Yes, and Pete from
Pete.
Game
Paris.
Radio.
yes, no,
And we
well,
also
we saw Paris
over
at the
the
Xbox conference.
Yeah.
But if you guys like like following all those sites and you want to meet, the people that you like watching, like here's the place to do it because they're almost all in one building. So you could just go on. You could do a scavenger hunt to find them all
Yeah.
and get there.
Hopefully someday people will be saying, yeah, we saw the guys from the Gaming Hub.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. But what I'd suggest, if you're an Xbox fan, try for the Fan Fest.
FanFest, yes.
Because then you get to go do that, and then you get to come here with a Gamer Pass, and you get the best of both worlds. And it'd be, what, a 5-day experience for you?
Yes.
So we're here for 8 days, basically, and that's, we were feeling it last night a little bit, but we're back at it today, and we're good. But, 5 days, and it won't be cheap, but it'll be worth it, trust me.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it for episode number 167 here from E3 Live. And, it's been so
on
much
the
fun.
floor.
Hope you enjoyed the episode/video. And we'll talk to you next time, 168. Until then, everybody enjoy E3. Have a
Take
great
care,
week.
everyone.
We'll talk to you
Bye-bye.
soon.
See you soon.
Bye.